Okay, I just really want to just talk about some really, just have a conversation. Let's talk about anything. Let's talk about religion. Let's talk about police crime, uh, brutality amongst our people, black people. Let's talk about the reason why we don't have voices. Our black leaders have went muted. Let's talk about some issues. You know, anything that you want to talk about. Let's talk about racism. Let's talk about economics, black economics. Let's talk about anything. Want to talk about religion? You know, I posted one time that I think um, religion is real bad for people. I think that's what hurts us. You know, once you understand where religion come from, in particular Christianity, or and how it was introduced to black folks, you know, you may have a different view about religion. Let's talk about spirituality. Let's talk about anything, whatever you want to talk about. You know, because I think the first thing we have to do is we have to have a dialogue. We have to have a conversation about these issues that nobody want to talk about. Let's talk about homosexuality. Let's talk about imprisonment. How I believe that we only make up 14% of America. I'm talking about blacks, and it's even a higher number incarcerated. Let's talk about Donald Trump. The reason why people hate Donald Trump. Let's talk about the 20 ministers that went up to the White House and talked to Donald Trump in a meeting about prison reform. And when they got back, they got death threats. I mean, so many issues that we can talk about. You got some answers? Maybe I got some questions. Throw them out there. Why black people can't unite? What's wrong with uniting? That's not a separatist thing. That's not a separating ourselves from whites. But at the same time, it is to where as though, you know, every race has their own. You know, has their own. It's dominated with their people. You know, they build in their community. The teachers who teach their kids are pretty much of their origin. You know, let's talk about it. What you got to say? What is your question? Some people say, "Are you? Am I? I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian, nor am I a Muslim." You know, I don't personally. I don't get too much, or I don't get caught up in um, those type of things. It's a spirit that I deal with. Okay, let's talk about what's really going on with um, this black on black crime. Let's talk about this. See, when a lot of people say that it's a race war, it is in part. It's a race war, but it's also a religious war. Because if you're going to say it's a race war, you know, you have you know, black crime has risen, right? Brothers being killed by other brothers on a daily, right? But understanding where all this shit stems from. Again, all this is psychology. All this is mental. But nobody want to talk about it. You know, you get some black people that get on stage, CNN, Fox News, and you know maybe they're a lawyer or a contributor to the network, or somebody who supposedly represent the black people, and that's not so. That's not true at all. That's just that individual. That's their views, right? You know, if you talk about black economics, I mean, if we only unite. we'll be a mighty force. We'll be a mighty force. But again, nobody want to talk about these issues. You know, the religious leaders, I just feel like, you know, you guys haven't stepped up to the plate on no issues, on no issues. You know, Black Lives Matter, I don't even see you or hear from you anymore, you know, but Black Lives still matters. But NAACP, I don't see you showing up. I don't hear no outcry from you guys um, with all this police attacking our people and killing our young men. I don't see any voices from you. And that's the thing. But I think we have to take control of our own destinies. I think we have to assemble more so now than ever. Um, I think our religious leaders, I mean, if you can't help the people, step aside and let the real work of God intervene. Political figures, I believe if your goal is um, it's not to help uh, black people struggle, and if you're not there, and for that reason, I think you should step aside. You know, we need people in office that really care and is concerned about our affairs, not just people there who just to get a paycheck and things like that. Our education system is the worst. It's the worst. But it's just a conversation.